talk.
Yeah, we live, brother.
All right, first and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakodash.
Double honor to our elders and apostles and elder bishops who rule well, taught us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word, truth, sincerity, and indeed. We are a branch of the branch of Great Millstone, Chicago. Reporting live from the belly of the beast, another week with some more of what?
Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before the evolved prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Yeah, that's what we out here for. To chant down Babylon and come against it. The same as our Lord and power. So we're going to start off, somebody get 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, start at verse 1. Because there are 3 wildfires that are burning in 5 counties out in California right now, in the midst of everything else that's happening in the world. And nobody else is talking about it the way we're talking about it. Right? They had a debate, it wasn't even a debate, it was a controlled, loaded questions and loaded statements, all right, that was done by the network. The real issues weren't talked about. The real issues being the injuries from the people who took the Pokemon, all right, you know, all the excess deaths, you know, for the people who took the Band-Aid, you know, the continual chemtrails, the food shortages, right? You know, why billions upon billions, even trillions at this point, trillions of dollars of money that should be going to support the infrastructure of this country are going to other places. The real issues weren't talked about, right? They had nothing but a bunch of loaded questions and loaded statements, man, to control the narrative. And then you notice too, every time Trump got to speaking, the commentators would intervene. I noticed it. Because I watched about 20 minutes of it, and what I noticed is every time that Trump went to speak, they would intervene. But when everybody came on and Harris spoke, they let her speak. You know, and she never answered the questions. They were asking her questions, a particular question, and she would talk in circles and talk about everything else, and never answer the question that was asked. And I'm like, well, she never answered the fucking question, right? Here you're going to get the real news, the real skinny, what's really going on, all right?
I just seen a video where they asked Kamala about her tax money and all of that she was spending. And she was like, well, we're pretty much, long story short, she said, well, we haven't had to spend any taxpayer money because there are no active duty soldiers on any active war fields or whatever. And then the camera turned around, it was a group of soldiers like, where the fuck we at then?
On active duty. in a fight, in a danger zone. It was like, well, where the fuck we at then? So she's just outright lying to you, and you people love to have it so. You love to hear the smooth shit. You don't want to hear the real shit. You listen to music with filthy ass lyrics, but then we speak the truth. You got a problem with it. All right? Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. Why we measure the signs? By the way of the prophecies. You know, everything that's going on around the world, we connected to biblical prophecies in the Bible. It says, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right, that's what Yahweh Shai is doing right now. Visiting this world. That's why a lot of things are going on around the world about the fortunes of this world. You know, hey, wars and rumors of wars, things of that nature. It says, verse 3, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which we're seeing a lot of, and every country that you look in is some type of major event that's going on, man. Whether they be the people coming up against their governments, whether there be things about the economy, or what the case may be. You know? It says, verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things in the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right, these things was planned out since the beginning, man.
Go ahead and bring it out, brother.
All right, this is Psalm 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So this man won't tell you what's going on for real. You'll get over, like you said. There have been times where you overseas, and the motherfuckers like back home don't have a clue as to what the fuck's going on.
Oh yeah, when you go on them ops when they collect up everybody's IDs because you're not there.
Exactly.
When they collect up the dog tags,
Yeah,
you're not really supposed to be there.
Hey,
But nevertheless, man, like you just said, this woman got on national TV and said that we don't have any troops in active combat zones. And then you have the troops that were in the active combat zone saying, "Where the fuck we at then?" All right? Because they're on their camera watching this live, and then they put the camera on themselves. They're in a live fucking combat zone. All right? So you can't trust these people. These people are liars, man.
They found out they on their own.
All right? They're liars. All right? But going back to that, go back to that second Esdras. Read verse 3 again.
2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
And there's been more earthquakes in the last 10 years than since the time that they've been keeping records of. We're probably up in the 20s of thousands now. All right? And there's been uproars in damn near every country, man. Damn near every country. All right? And I believe it's like 59. Somebody find out, not you got something already. Somebody find out how many countries have applied for BRICS membership. Because I had a conversation with a girl yesterday. She makes a whole living off of helping you to build for your future. You know, with your 401ks and your trust funds and your and insurance policies and all that stuff. Well, and I told her, I said, well, just know. I said, it's good that you make your money, you make your bread. Because I knew it from when we were kids. So we sat down, we had a nice little sit down. You know, have some coffee, some snacks, and we talked about 2 hours. It was a heavy conversation, right? And she received the gospel, right? And she actually was excited about it. It's rare, but and in conversation, I told her I believe she's Benjamin. Because Shalom, I said, because you don't act like the typical black woman. And then I named a few names. She said, this is because you never laugh. I remember, we grew up together, so we knew a lot of the same people. So when I named a couple names, she was like, yeah, I don't act like that. Yeah. I said, yeah, you don't. Yeah. Because I said, even when we were kids, you were never like, and she was always the one trying to seek conflict resolution. She never wanted no trouble. She was always about her school work, and she was a decent woman. She wasn't like these other bitches. Right, and then when I named a couple names, she was like, oh yeah, I get it. I got it. But the point is that I let her know that the system that you making all this money in is collapsing on itself. Nobody's using it. You're trying to get all these people to invest and use their dollars to do this and to do that. And the dollar's dead. It's dead in water. Nobody's using it, and all the dollars are about to come back to America. They're coming back now. That's why prices continually keep going up. And it's not that, the truth of the matter is, it's not that the prices are going up. It's the value of the dollar is going down. So now it just costs you more dollars to buy the same shit you bought before. Right? It's something that would normally cost you 10. Matter of fact, the shit we had yesterday, 2 pastries, we had 2 pastries, a cup of coffee, right, and a cookie, right? And that shit was like $25, right? So I'm like, we'd have bought this shit back when if we'd have did this shit in the 80s and the 90s, we'd have barely spent $10 to do that. She was like, you're right. I said, this shit, why does you get 2 pastries, a cup of coffee, and a damn cookie cost you $25 fucking bucks? Yeah. You know, that's a couple fancy restaurants. I could have sat down and had a whole dinner. So I'm like, if you can understand that the dollar is dead, man. Because I tell you what, in 1980, 1990, it wouldn't have cost you that much to have it. That would have been like $5, $6, if that, for all of that. All right? Times that the dollar is dying. All right? It's literally, it's dying. It's on a life support. And it's not working. The family sit back talking, what they gonna do? All right?
Okay, this is as of September 12, 2024. 34 countries have expressed interest in joining the BRICS economic group. The BRICS group is made up of Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, with Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, and the United Arab Emirates joining in January 2024.
Okay, so 36 countries. Now look how many are part of them already. I think it's like 59 or 100 and something. How many? Find it out. So, and there's a few more. Bring it out, brother. And we already know that many of those countries that he's talking about are NATO, EU countries, American partners. And Trump is already saying, when he gets in, he's going to cut the EU and NATO off. He already telling you that, well, they don't pay. All right? So that's why they don't want him to get in. But regardless, they got to separate and break up. It's scriptural. It's got to happen, man. All right? You got, bring it up, brother. What you got?
Other countries also decide to join the organization. Nigeria, Argentina, Bangladesh, Iran, Bolivia, Venezuela, Vietnam, Honduras, Egypt, Indonesia.
Great. Start again, brother. Papa Shot.
Algeria, Argentina, Bangladesh, Bahrain, Belarus, Bolivia, Venezuela, Vietnam, Honduras, Egypt, Indonesia, Iran, Cuba, Kazakhstan, Kuwait, Morocco, Nigeria, UAE, Palestine, Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Thailand, and Egypt.
That's 29 right there. And he said that how many more want to join? Was it 36?
34.
34, man. 34. It's a wrap, man. And a lot of these nations were nations that were doing business. Every nation that he just named is no longer using the American dollar. All right? You have to understand that. And we saw this way back in 2012 when China and Russia, we thought it was over then.
I thought it was over.
All right?
It was done, man.
We was ready to do the dance the Irish jig did. Right? But we didn't really understand that, prophecy still had a role to play. Right? That it wasn't going to happen just like that. All right? Okay?
76.
Big ass cut. We thought it was over.
No, that's good. Now finish that
Second Ezra 9 and 3 again.
No, start 4.
Second Ezra 9 and 4. Then shall you well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
Right, so the end is manifest, it's showing itself, man. The end of this system of things. It's not the end of the world, it's the end of Esau.
That's right.
And it was a beautiful thing explaining to the system that, the whole John 6:3-16, that each nation is a world. Somebody real quick, somebody get John 17:9, and somebody get Isaiah 45:17. All right? Because in Genesis, each one of those nations that were created is a world. All right? And the Lord is coming back for the world that he came from. See, that's something that they didn't explain, because the definition of world that was fed to Americans and to the rest of the world via the fraud of Christianity is that God so loved the world, the one committee, everybody. No, that's not what it's talking about. Right? Now, Isaiah 45:17.
This book of Isaiah 45-17, it says, but Israel shall be saved of the Lord Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. He shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
There it is, man. The world of Israel. Each one of the 18 nations that created is a world. Right? And Israel shall be the world that won't be confounded and won't have an end.
I got the John 17:9. I also got the Hebrews
Go ahead, brother.
John 17:9, it says, I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me.
Wait, he prays for them, he prays not for the world. All right? You read that scripture to a Christian and they don't know what to say. They stumped. And I have them read it. That was God so loved the world. Well, right here he's saying he prayed not for the world. Buffalo. Stuttering.
That's not what that means.
Then what does it mean?
What the fuck do it mean then?
Right.
Well, I believe. Now, quick side note, I let this Christian lady, I let her read the Most High loved Jacob and hated Esau. I let her read it. She said, God never hated Esau. Immediately right after she read it. And I'm just like, that's a typical Christian, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In denial.
In denial, man. Like, that's it's cognitive dissonance. Yeah.
Extreme.
Extreme, right.
Not normal. Extreme cognitive dissonance.
This is Hebrews chapter 1, verse 2. It says, I might go start one. The Most High hath in sundry times and in diverse manners taken the time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the world. And that word right there means ages, the time. You know?
The definition of the word world, the Greek word cosmos, and it means an act, a harmonious arrangement or constitution in order for a government.
Right, and this is that Greek word that is in John 3:16.
Right. And that government is the nation of Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel is a new government when New Jerusalem comes down.
Right.
The government over the whole world, over all hills and mountains.
Right.
Hills and mountains represents big governments and small governments. And the Israelites are going to be the rulers of everything and all things. All right, under the authority of the Lord. All right. Go ahead.
This the book of Isaiah, chapter 9 and verse 6. It says, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders. And his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
So now that we there, hold what you got. Somebody go to Revelation 7. And let's give a roll call of who that government is. Because I explained to her how we're going to be young again, we're going to get new bodies, you know, and that the Israelites is going to be the new government here on earth, all 12 tribes. And unlike a lot of women, she was like, this is so exciting. She said, she was like, I can't, when is this going to happen? And I was like, damn, that's a good mindset to have. I can do nothing but laugh and smile, you know?
Anti-Lot wife. She ain't got the spirit of Lot's wife. She ready to get the fuck out of here.
She gets it. She gets it, and it's a beautiful thing to see when our people get it, especially a so-called black people, right? Normally, I won't even have a conversation with them. I know that at this point. No, in 4, when it starts with the breakdown.
Revelation 7 and 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
That's the new government that he just spoke of, that he just read about. All right, go ahead.
Of the tribes of Judah were sealed 12,000.
That's 12,000 judges from that tribe.
Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000.
Reuben, stand up. Go ahead.
Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000.
There it is.
Of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000.
That's four tribes now. Read.
Of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000.
Number 5 is power.
Of the tribes of Manasseh were sealed 12,000.
Now we at 6.
Of the tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000.
With the number completion, read.
Of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000.
Should be 3 more.
Of the tribe of Zebulun were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin were still 12,000.
Right, Benjamin was a baby, the last born. Right, that's your new government here on earth when New Jerusalem comes down. When it happens. Read the next one about the mixed multitude.
After this, I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations, and kindreds, and people and tongues.
And they'll use that and say, see, the other people too. No, those are the scattered Israelites amongst those people. And we've proven that 1,000 times over. Right? Baruch, Tobit, real quick.
Tobit, chapter 13.
Matter of fact, there's one in Baruch 2 and one in Baruch 4. There's one in 4. Yeah, 230 through 35.
This is the book of
Now
Baruch.
let him read that one first. The Tobit one first.
This is Tobit chapter 13, verse 3. Confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he hath scattered us among them.
Plain and simple, man. All right? Isaiah 16 and 4 tells you how the Lord hid so-called black men among the Chinese. He hid them among them. All right? That's what he did. What you refer to as black men. He hid them among them. All right? And it shows, because they the ones keeping real hip-hop alive. Breakdance battling this shit in the streets, coming out their clothes, up rocking this shit. Like, right. Right.
I just seen the whole video, Elder. It was a Jake, but he looked just like a Moabite. He was standing amongst the brothers that was out there teaching, and they was like, nah, bro. He was like, my father is a so-called Latino, but he was like, my mother is an Asian woman, and he looked just like an Asian woman. I mean, an Asian man.
There it is.
But he was definitely Jake. You can see it in his spirit.
Come. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves.
So the Israelites are still in captivity. Go. Keep reading to 35, brother.
Verse 31, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name.
And that's only going to be the 1/3. Because the 2/3, well, you can see. Well, you can't see. Right? All this golden knowledge that if you would have learned this in school, it would cost you thousands of dollars. Right here for free. All right? Far superior to any college education you can actually learn, in all honesty, as far as it comes to history, the truth. All right, go ahead.
Verse 33, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Lord. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished.
So that's when New Jerusalem is set up, not before. And the Wadi Al-Bashan al-Shai, we're in that spirit of second Esdras for all these things that happen. The Lord is starting to visit the world which he made. Let's finish that second Esdras, whoever has it. Yeah, I think you would be at 5 and 6 now.
Second Esdras chapter 9, verse 5. 6. Second Esdras 9 and 6. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works and endings in effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said evils.
Right, and those evils are coming, man. And if you're in the right spirit, you should be constantly praying for them to come. You should be sending up the curses on this place daily, sending up blessings on yourself, your family, and the brotherhood daily. All right, every day. Okay, and that's all. Every Jake that believes, the women too. You should be praying. All right. You few righteous sisters out there that's listening and learning. All right. More of that?
Yep. Second Esdras 9. It says, Second Esdras 9 and 9. It's like y'all finish.
You know what? We're going to say we're going to come back to that.
Okay, got it.
We'll come back to 9. We're going to kind of say that for the end. All right. So where were we at? We were at. You told that article. So before you get that article, Isaiah 28 and 29 about the fires and the storms and all that. Because America, the world has been being plagued with fires and storms, left and right and left, non-stop. Yeah, see, it's funny. Northern and Southern Kingdom coming together in righteousness and coming together in wickedness. Right? I was going to say that, and this nigga moved with the situation. That's a spectacular claim. Here, brother.
You said Isaiah 28 and what?
28 and I think it's 2 or maybe 6. 2. And then Isaiah 29 and 6.
There's Isaiah 28, and I start at verse 1. It says, woe to the crown of pride, to the drunkards of Ephraim, whose glorious beauty is a fading flower, which are on the head of the fat valleys of them that are overcome with wine. Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and a strong one, which as a tempest of hail and destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand.
So the Lord has destroyed a lot of people's properties, a lot of countries, a lot of land, and a lot of wealth, and a lot of food with storms and with fire. All right? A lot in this last decade or so. Continuously, non-stop. Right? Whether it came from on heaven or he had Esau do it. Because we know Esau was playing with their toys in a couple of these events that happened. With these mass fires. Right? And typically in land that they wanted, where the people weren't willing to sell, and all of a sudden these firestorms hit them.
Shout out Hawaii. Got him.
Those coincidences.
Right.
Get the one in 29.
I got it right. Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 6. It says, thou shalt be visited of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the Lord of hosts, with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire.
And the flame of devouring fire. Yasharala, tell them about what you were telling me about on the way here.
There was a video from the wildfires from a couple of years ago where you see a flame jump across the street to get on the other side. Like it's like the flame had a spirit on it to jump across the street to go to the other side.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
It was like a fire wave,
It literally went across. You know what? Now that I think about it, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
You brought it back to my memory. I actually saw that shit. That's the spirit, man. It said that there's spirit in the fire. Fire actually has a spirit in it.
Exactly. It's a spirit.
Okay? As a matter of fact, before we read those articles, get in the spirit of it.
It's a spirit of vengeance.
Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
It's Revelation. Yeah, this is Sirach chapter 39, verse 28, 27. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil. Verse 28, it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance.
So there be spirits that are created for vengeance. All right? Now the Lord's going to describe what those spirits come like and how they are. Read.
Which in their fury lay on sore stroke.
So a sore stroke is meaning that you're being given pain. So when this spirit is executing the vengeance of the Lord, it's causing someone pain. Read.
In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made.
But it actually appeases the Lord because He's the one that sent the spirit to do the damage. Go ahead.
Fire.
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 All right. If you watch the movie even if you watch that movie Backdraft, you clearly see that fire has a spirit in it, man. All right. It's almost like if it wants you, is coming to get you.
Right.
You can't run from a spirit.
Right.
All right, go ahead. If the Lord's not with you, man.
You out of there, man.
All right. If the Lord's not with you, that's it. Go ahead.
Oh, what was that? That was on a Family Guy when he was fighting the fire beat his ass.
The fire gave him the business. Go ahead, brother.
Sirach 39 and 29. It says fire and hail and famine and death.
And famine. There's about to be a famine in America.
Yep.
You got 50 extra million people in this country. And there's not enough food. There wasn't enough food to feed the people who are already here. I want you to just, in your mind right now, imagine the lights go out. Like when the sun goes down, the lights don't come on.
Yep.
What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
Utter chaos. Utter chaos. It's going to be nothing but murder, death, kill, rapes. It's going to be insane out here. All right? And there's not going to be any food in any of these stores or any of these places, man. And the strong is going to begin to prey on the weak.
I was going to say, Elder, they've been destroying food distribution centers. They've been setting them on fire.
Yep.
They've been killing
For
millions
the last
of
three
chickens.
for the last 3 years.
For the last 3 years.
They've been destroying food distribution centers.
Right.
All right? And your man Kill Gates has his hand in that.
Yep.
All right? The same man that want to give everybody the Band-Aid. So he figured if he's not going to kill you with the Band-Aid, he's going to starve you to death. All right? But read. Go ahead, brother.
It says fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance.
All those things were created for vengeance, man. All right? People who had the opportunity to hear this gospel, to hear the actual truth, all right? It don't cost you anything, all right? And they scoff it. They scoff it. They don't pay attention. They walk by, all right? They scoff it, shake their head, you know, laugh, light up another joint, talk, scoff, whatever they gonna do. They gonna scoff the truth, all right, and not listen, all right? Read.
Teeth of wild beasts is the spirits.
Teeth of wild beasts, and then the dog starts barking. All right, go ahead. Right there, he better grow a beard and call the name of the Lord quick. Go ahead.
And scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction.
Yep, I just watched a video and it showed you different wild beasts that people die by every year, right? And a lot of people die by jaguars. It seems like the jaguar is the king of killing people. Because it shows you lions, tigers, so many people get snatched by them. You know, they just happen to wander too close to their habitats or whatever. But them damn jaguars down in South America, hey, they straight killers, man. All right? Because among the big cats, they have the highest, you know, because you always got these people who live in the mountainous regions, you know, all those states that surround the Rocky Mountains. They want to go running on the trails. You know, the mountain lions come get them. Anyway, it just shows you all these different beasts that kill. Crocodiles kill a lot of people. Crocodiles, alligators, them big, ridiculously large snakes. You know, that's down in South America. All right. You know, you got the anacondas, you got the pythons, you got these big, you know, the ones that grow to be 30 foot long and as wide as this tree. All right, they can open up they swallow humans all the time. But nevertheless, what it's telling you is that these things be created for vengeance, man, when that happens. All right, we all remember that story of it was about 2 years ago when that family went to Colombia to work. And I forget where they were from, but they went to Colombia, and they had the 8-year-old that was playing in the water, all right? And it's like, you don't play in the water in Colombia and a whole bunch of other places in South America. That's like going into the bodies of water in Florida. That would be really stupid for you to do, all right? Because you do got 15-foot, you know, alligators walking around there, and you start playing in some shallow water thinking there's some, and you get snatched and dragged out to the deep, idiot. All right? That old lady with the poodle. Yeah, two, right. We just watched 2 Edomites. All right. Matter of fact, the 3. You had the Indian lady got swallowed by the crocodile. The old white lady in Florida at the retirement home, they got snatched. And then you had some girl over in Australia. They got some European visiting Australia. They got snatched by a 2,000-pound, 20-foot crocodile. They got swallowed up. And you had a couple people got swallowed by snakes. The Lord is behind that, man. That's the vengeance of the Lord. And that's, oh no, the Lord did what Lord are you reading about? Right. We just read the Lord in the Bible that He creates spirits for vengeance. He even put the spirit on these niggas out here. Right? Yeah. Right? To go shoot their own people, shoot their own brother. All right. Meanwhile, the enemy drive up and down and walk by them, and they won't say shit to them, but they'll be quick to shoot their own brother. Though.
I got scripture for you.
Go ahead, brother. Bring it out.
This is Amos 3:6.
Perfect.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh have not done it?
If there be evil in the city, the Lord did it, man. When one of these niggas get the spirit on them to run up on their brother and harm their own brother, the Lord put that spirit on him. All right? The Lord put that spirit on him to do that, man. All right? Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
Who does this?
The Lord, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things.
So it tells you, the Lord do all these things, man. The Lord does that. All right? He's the one that does it. It's not our words. It's coming right out the Bible. The same Bible that's sitting on your dresser. The same one that's sitting up there in the pew in that wicked church you go to. The same one that's in that Catholic church with that wicked touch on the children, Pope pedophile. All right? The same. It's in this book too. Bring it out, brother.
Deuteronomy 32:39. It says, see now that I, even I am He, and there's no God with me. I kill and I make alive.
What? Who does?
I kill and I make alive.
Lord, the devil didn't do that. The Lord did that. You see, because what you got to understand is that the Lord, what you've been lied about is that you got to understand that the Satan works for the Lord. He ain't some wild, uncontrollable rogue. Right. He just doing what the hell he want to do. No, he's not. It tells you in the book that he's one of the sons of God. It tells you that. All right? And he can only do what he's allowed to do. That's why when he came after Job, the Lord told him what he could and couldn't do. All right? It was a bet. He bet that, look, my man is not going to turn on me. And he bet, yes, he will. He said, could you treat him real good? That's why he obeys you. You take away that from him and he's going to turn on you. And the Lord knew the heart meaning mind of his servant. He said, no, he's not. And he told him, you can do whatever you want. You can't kill him, though. So he told him, you can do what you want to him, but you can't kill him. And so he gave him one of the worst afflictions. And Job stood 10 toes down, stood on business, and never transgressed the Lord, never spoke out against him.
Well, his wife did.
Yeah, that's right. Bring it out, brother.
It says, I wound and I heal, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
So if the Lord puts you into the hands of a spirit that he sent to end your life or to save your life, however it be, you can't be delivered out of his hand. Right? If the Lord wants you, he gonna get you. As simple as that, man. I don't care how tough you are, how many guns you got, how many homies you got, all right? If the Lord wants you, right, somebody back there said it, he gonna final destination your ass, all right? Okay? There was about 15 years ago, right there on Michigan Avenue, they were building one of the new high-rise buildings, and there was a woman and her mother walking down the street pushing a baby cart. You can even probably find this on the internet somewhere. But she was pushing I forget if it was the mother or the grandmother. That part I don't forget. But they were pushing the baby in the baby cart, and one of those big glass planes. You see how they build all these buildings, and they don't use materials. They just use glass now. But one of them glass things got loose and it fell. And it fell and it came down and it cut one of those ladies in half. All right, cut her in half, right there on the street. So Final Destination. So I don't know if it was the mother or the daughter, but one of them was looking at their loved one cut in half. All right, and it happened right here in Chicago, right on Michigan Avenue. All right, so you can't tell me that the Lord did that, and that woman, whatever she did, she paid for it right then and there. You know, if that angel guided that glass right to her.
Right.
Come here. Her. All right? And it went right to her. All right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Job 2, and I'm going to start at 1. It says, again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord Yahweh.
Now, Christians would tell you that Satan was kicked out of heaven. How did he just come in heaven and show up to a meeting called in heaven if he was kicked out? But he still had his key that slid in the back door. He John Wicked his way inside. And then came to the meeting.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, verse 2, and Yahweh said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it.
And I always point out the fact that that's the sign of the cross. The up and down, the to and fro. The only time it's mentioned in the Bible. All right, just so you know, give you something to think about. That's your up and down, the to and fro. That's when Satan came. Go ahead, just a little food for thought. Go ahead.
Job 2 and 3, and Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, and one that feareth Yahweh and escheweth evil.
Proving exactly what I said earlier. And I often say that, look, you can't say anything that you can't back up with scriptures. If I say something that's not lining up with scriptures, I'm going off. All right? And I don't want to do that. You know, because I actually feel it.
It says, and still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest against him to destroy him without cause.
There you go, man. So Satan went on this mission only because he was allowed to do it. All right? Because he was allowed to do it, man. That's it. He didn't just decide that he was going to go mess with Job. The Lord allowed him to go mess with Job. Contrary to popular belief, Satan is a loyal servant to the Lord, and his job is to do evil, to get you to go off, to get you to give in to your fleshly urges. All right. That's why in most rap music and R&B, all the lyrics is about your bitch. It can't be about, just some single woman that ain't got a man. It's got to be your girl, his girl. And it's like, these people have a love affair. They want to be with somebody else's woman instead of getting your own woman. The single woman right there, she single, ain't got no man. You ain't interested in her. You want the woman that got a man. You just a wicked ass nigga, and the Lord gonna kill you eventually. All right, and that's exactly what's gonna happen to you, because the punishment for adultery is death. All right, go ahead.
1 Kings 22 and 19, and he said, hear thou therefore the word of Yahweh. I saw Yahweh sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him, on his right hand and on his left. And Yahweh said, who shall persuade Ahab, that he may go up to fall?
So what you got to understand is what he's reading, that they're in heaven plotting out the death of somebody here on earth. That's what he's reading about. The Lord is like, who will go down there and kill this fool for me? All right? To give it to you in layman terms, so you understand. Read.
And Yahweh said, who shall persuade Ahab, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this matter, and another said on that matter. And there came forth a spirit and stood before Yahweh, and said, I will persuade him. And Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? it said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets.
Man, this is one of my favorite stories in the Bible, man. Because this completely rips Christianity apart. All right, it does. It annihilates the things that they, the illusion, the fraud that they give you about the Most High, all right, and how things operate. All right, because here in heaven they were planning the death of somebody here on earth, and so he said, what? How did he say it's going to do it?
And I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets.
Right. So, like tonight, for example, you got a bunch of big fights tonight, and so somebody praying to the left-hand side. Them left-hand side messengers. That's what you call a demon or an evil angel. All right, the Lord said he will send evil angels among them.
I got that.
That's scriptural, right? And so those evil angels are telling you lies and you believe in it. That's what happens in a lot of these churches. They don't get that. They think that they getting the Holy Ghost. No, you feel that evil angel is in you.
Yeah, no.
All right, giving you them messages. All right, because what you're being given don't line up precept upon precept. The scriptures don't back up what you're saying and what you believe in. All right?
Not only that,
and that's how you break this whole thing down.
Right. It says if nobody's there, if you speak in tongue and nobody's there to translate it, you don't edify anybody. Right.
Exactly.
So somebody has to be there to break it down. If you are speaking in tongue, if it really is the Holy Spirit, because even when we read in Acts, he said they were all astonished. He said we all heard them speak in their own language.
Right.
So
the tongues is a language.
It was translated.
Right. That's what it means. When somebody's speaking in tongues, that means they're speaking in another language. Right. My Spanish is very weak. I can pick up a few things and understand a few things. All right. But I can't have a fluent conversation. I get lost real quick. All right. So that's another tongue. So they're teaching in Spanish because we have people that don't speak English, so they need to hear this message in Spanish. That's what the Spanish-speaking campus over there doing right now. All right. They're teaching in another tongue. That's what that. They don't mean that shubba shubba ba 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 all that. Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka. No, man, that ain't what it's talking about, man. No, yabba dabba doo. Shut your ass up, man. You know?
Young people don't understand that yabba dabba doo phrase.
Just no, man, that ain't what it's talking about, man. All right, it's literally talking about speaking in another language. All right, but go ahead, read.
This is 1 Samuel 16 and 23. And it came to pass when the evil spirit from the Most High was upon Saul.
The evil spirit from where? From Satan?
From the Most High.
It came from on high. It came from the Lord, man. We keep telling you people, you don't know, y'all calling on earth pig. Right. All right? That's in case you didn't know, you can look it up and research it for yourself. That's what Jesus means. It literally translates earth pig. That's what it translates to. All right, go prove it to yourself. Prove me a liar, and you're gonna get your feelings hurt. Go ahead.
The spirit from the Most High was upon Saul.
I just watched a couple videos where people called on earth pig, and they got their heads blown the fuck off. Sandra Massey called on earth pig. That's right. All right, now watch another video. What the guy was calling on earth pig, and they lit him up too. All right.
Yeah, that woman.
That Edomite said, "I rebuke you in the name of earth pig," and he said, "Oh yeah, bow." All right.
Or was it that one Edomite that tried to take Christianity to the Amazon tribe and they shot his ass up?
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
They fucking ate him.
Damn. He
became
he came to bring them earth pig and he brought them dinner.
Right. He was different.
They was like, damn, we ain't never seen no meat like this.
Another one.
Like Jesus, bet.
All right, so you keep calling on that false name if you want to, man. There is no power in that name. That is not the true name. It only takes a little bit of research to find out that the letter J is newly created. It didn't even exist until 1534. The Lord lived 1,500 years before that. Right. So from the time of his death to the time the letter J was created, what were you calling him? Duh. And somebody always got they go open their mouth. You know what I've learned? I've learned in my life, if it's something that I don't know about, I'm not going to speak on it. Because you'll make yourself look real stupid when you start trying to argue with someone that they specialize. We specialize in this right here. Right? Now, if you start, when you were talking about something else, like I don't know who the popular rappers are today. Matter of fact, it ain't, they don't really rap no more anyway. I don't know what they call it. But nevertheless, regardless what I couldn't sit up and debate you about that, because then you're gonna know who Lil Durk and Lil Funk and Lil Dirty and whoever. You're gonna know who all these guys. I don't know who these guys are. I can't argue with you about that. But you try to come at me with some history of the world and what happened to our people and how we got to this point, I'm gonna eat you alive. All right? That's now you done came into my realm. All right? Go ahead, brother. Bring it out. Brother.
Romans
hold it. Let them bring this out. Let them finish it. We bring that out.
It says, verse 25, and Micaiah said, behold, thou shalt see in that day when thou shalt go into an inner chamber to hide thyself. And the king of Israel said, take Micaiah and carry him back into Ammon, the governor of the city, and to Joash, the king's son, and say, thus saith the king, put this fellow in prison, and feed him with bread of affliction, or with water of affliction, until I came in peace. That shows that this truth comes with affliction, man, with persecution.
Yes.
All right? Verse 30, and the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, I will disguise myself and enter into the battle. But put down all thy robes, and the king of Israel disguised himself and went into battle. But the king of Syria commanded his 32 captains and had rule over his chariots, saying, fight neither the small nor great, save for only the king of Israel. And it came to pass when the captains of the chariots saw Jehoshaphat, that they said, surely it is the king of Israel, and turned aside to fight against him. And Jehoshaphat cried out. And it came to pass when the captains of the chariots perceived that it was not the king of Israel, that they turned back from persuading him. And a certain man drew a bow at a venture and smote the king of Israel between the joints of the harness. Wherefore he said unto them, drive in his chariot, turn thine hand and carry me out of the host, for I am wounded. He ended up bleeding out. So once the Lord got that hit out on you, there's no escape.
Yeah. And he bled out. He died. All right? The Lord put that hit on him, and there's no escaping it, man, which is why you don't want to fall into the hands of the living power, man. One of the ways you can do that is by scoffing his prophets, scoffing the men who do his work, man. We come out here and we risk our lives and our freedom to do this. All right? There are people high up in the government, they don't want us out here doing this, man. They don't want our people to know what we're sharing with them. Now, we came out here and was pushing Muslim, or pushing, 7-day Adventists, or any of that. We could be out here throwing up sets. They have no problem with that. Right? But you come out here and you tell them, hey, y'all the true people of the book, that these stories are talking about you and your people. No, because they've already established a lie that somebody else is that when we're looking at them on the bus. All right? A bunch of JOOs. Basically, those are not the people of the Lord, man. Them saltless people. They ain't got no salt, man. Our people got salt. Even in their wickedness, our people are smooth in wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Even when they do wicked shit, it's cool. Right? That's just Jake, man. We are Jacob. We're the salt of the earth, man. We just have flavor. That's what we are. Right? But some people use it for good, and unfortunately, the majority of us use it for evil. All right? But go ahead, show them that point, bro.
All right, so basically, like the elder had gone into, this is a 1611. So back to the point where the elder had said is that in around the 1530s, they started, the letter J was created, and then they started practicing incorporating. That's why
they actually put it into play in 1634. So 100 years later, you started seeing it. All right, in print. But they were talking about it and using it personally before that.
So this is the book of Joshua, as Jake can see. That's an I, not a J, in the 1611. So that would read what? Ishua. This is the book of Judges. There's no J, it's I.
And the I had a Y sound. That's why Jeremiah is really Jeremiah.
Here it is.
Jeremiah.
See here, that's an I, not a J. So this is the book of Jeremiah.
because the Lord's name is Yahweh. That's why those names are like that. All right? It's Jeremiah. All right? Yasharallah. Yahweh. Yahweh. All right? Not Jacob, but Yahweh. All right? Okay? Now, let's get back to, oh, you had a precept.
This Psalm 68, verse 18. Blessed be the Lord who daily loaded us with benefits, even the God of our salvation. Selah. He that is our God is the God of salvation. Unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua belong the issues from death.
Right, so the issues of death come from on high, man. The Lord decides who's going to live or die. Not me, not you, not the officers. The Lord decides who's going to live or die, man. Simple as that, man. Okay? Because at any given moment, the Lord put the spirit on one of them to empty their clip on them. I saw some. Shit, right, you on the phone. Yeah, because you know phones have got a lot of people killed. Yeah. These last 10, 15 years or so, a lot of people's on their cell phone getting shut up talking about they got a gun. Right. They're like, gun. The person holding the phone like, where?
Right. You trying to go live and shit?
Right.
I'm just trying to go live. Now you unalive.
Exactly. Yeah, don't pull out no phone. If the police are coming, let's put your hands up. All right, if you got a phone, drop it. Don't, because you got a phone, that shit'll get you shot, man. Real talk. Like, I'm putting the phone down, officer. I'm put your phone down. All right? Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Samuel 2 and 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
Yeah, and the Lord's getting ready to kill or unalive a lot of people, man. Yeah. All right? And look, you're running out. America's running out of time. Right. It's not normal now. Y'all think this is normal? That the world is normal right now? It ain't normal now. All right? You wait just a couple weeks, couple months, man. They're not gonna have that election. More than likely, it's not gonna happen. All right? They demonizing Jacob. First, they was demonizing the Venezuelans. Now they demonizing the Haitians. All right? So, and in these white superiorities, these good old boys, they want to come and they want to unalive all these Venezuelans. Well, when they start shooting at Venezuelans, you think they're gonna not shoot at Mexicans? Right. You think they not gonna shoot at niggas? Really? Good luck with that. All right? They coming for us all, man. They coming for us all. All right? And that time is near.
When you say, I'm killing your little Mexican friend, I'm Cuban, B. Yes, Cuban, B.
Right, we gonna kill Cuban B.
Cuban B too.
Exactly. Go ahead, brother.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens or the signs, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. And that basically means that so many people are going to get ready to die. You're not even, a lot of these people ain't even going to believe there is a God when they see all the fucking merciless killing that's going on.
And I've been telling people for a long time, you're going to be stepping over bodies like leaves falling off a tree, man. It's just going to be bodies everywhere. The smell is going to be horrific. Matter of fact, in the days to come, there's going to be no garbage pickup. Nope. All right, it's getting ready to get real bad, man. Like you said, all these few food distribution places that's been destroyed. You're getting ready to have a famine. There ain't gonna be no food in these stores, all right? And I feel sorry for people with little children, because guess what people are gonna eat first? And it tells you that right in the Bible, man. Because a child, they can't really defend themselves against adults. All right? So these women with all these babies from all them 5, 6 baby daddies, all right, the ones that they like the least, the daddies they dislike the most, them will be the kids they eat first, man.
Yep. That's in the Bible.
You best believe, that's biblical. That's right. And you're gonna realize she didn't really want them babies anyway. She just had them so she could drain you and drain the system. All right? Bring it out.
Since you mentioned that
Jeremiah 25:33. And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. The who? Who's going to do it? The Lord. Read it again. And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. So this thing is worldwide, man. Just like the, you know, that thing that they put out and was giving everybody the Band-Aid. All right? That went worldwide, man. And the next one that's coming, and they're going to try to force the Band-Aid again. That's going to go worldwide. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. Dung upon the ground, man. And now, you know, I've been listening to all these different podcasts, and everybody's talking about the same thing. What they're talking about is the activation of all these. While they're talking to you about Haitians and Venezuelans, you got different Africans here, you got different Muslims here, they're from countries that America's actually at war with and at odds with. All right, they're already here. Military-aged men in shape. They ain't sitting up smoking. These cats can run, chase your ass down. All right, beat you down, shoot you down, and they coming. All right, and they all got cell phones when they came in. Right, and they gonna get that call, and then they all gonna report, and they gonna get suited and booted. Right, and the same dude, you know, that was standing next to you a couple days ago, he gonna be in that uniform on the other side, right? Marching through your neighborhood, kicking in your doors and snatching you out your house, right? Then we gonna see how tough you niggas really are, all you old block type cats. All right, we gonna see how tough y'all are when them troops start rolling down. All right, when them damn drones is flying over here. All right, because it's coming, man. And only the people who have got the covering of the Lord over them is going to survive this. Everybody else going to die. Now, here's the killer part. The Lord going to use some of y'all spirits of vengeance. He going to put the spirit on some Jake to go out and unalive a lot of these heathen, man. But, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, you just going to be another casualty. Because that's what we're coming to. That's the time that we're coming into. Go ahead, read. Bring it out, brother.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 15. It says, I have said before, and now do speak.
No, go to 9. We were going to read that anyway. Go down to 9 and read up.
Fine. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment.
Right, so Peter abused his ways. We set up here and gave you the warning, man. We told you who you are. All right, we told you the true name of the Lord. You refuse to call on it. All right, you refuse to change your ways. All right, you're still going to eat them abominable foods that we as a people are not supposed to eat. All right, how many? Man, we done have people who right here listen to the whole message and believe it, pumping their fists. As soon as they hear they can't eat no pork, they out of there. You're going to give up your salvation over a nasty ass pig. Right. That was never meant for human consumption.
You ever taste some of grandma's fried pork chop?
Right? Just so you know, a pig was never meant for human consumption. Right? If you went, matter of fact, not only if you went, but even now still today, you know, pigs were used to eat the shit of all the other animals. Yep. If you had a big farm, you always had pigs around. And the reason you had pigs around is so you wouldn't be stepping in horse shit, donkey shit, sheep shit, dog shit, chicken shit, because that's what the pigs ate. Right? Brother gave testimony many a times of how they know when people going out to the field, what the pigs follow you, because they know you get ready to take a shit. Yep. So they wait for you to shit, and then they go eat it. Right. All right. Pigs, that's what they are. They're natural garbage disposal. Natural garbage disposals. So, and you heard the term, you are what you eat. Yep. All right. So why would you kill an animal, cut its flesh and cook it, and all they eat is puke, throw up, and the bodies of other dead animals? Why would you eat that? Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Make it a delicacy.
They got no sweat glands, so every disease and whatnot stays in their body.
All the parasites stay in them, so they full of toxins. How many videos you need to watch where they pour Coca-Cola on pig meat and all them worms come out of it? All right, even after it's been cooked. All right, that is not meant for human consumption. It is not cool. And who decided you was going to eat that? Because we wasn't eating that until they came over here. Until when Esau came over here, he got both the northern and the southern kingdom eating that shit. But we wasn't eating that shit before they got their hands on us. All right, go ahead, brother.
Even when it comes to shrimp, crab, lobster,
same thing.
All that shit, man. All right, you eating that, making it a delicacy now. 50 years later, the ocean is dirtier than ever.
Yeah, that's why, because you took all the natural cleaners.
Not to mention there used to be inmate food. Seafood was fucking inmate food.
Exactly. That was prison food. All right, if you go back to the 1800s, the 1700s, all right, the 1600s, 16th century, 17th century, 18th century, they fed seafood to men that were or women that were incarcerated. All right, it was like punishment to eat that because things that crawl around, a crab, a damn crawfish, that's nothing but the same thing as a spider or water bug. Crabs are big ass water spiders. They just live in the water. All right, bring it out, brother.
Real quick, just about the book of Isaiah 66 and 17. It says, "They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree, and the mist eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together," saith Yahweh.
And a mouse, just a heathen, man. That shit Moab did. We gonna fix that. Only sausage they gonna eat. Well, you know. They ain't gonna be all that shit that they doing. They ain't gonna be doing that no more.
They're gonna need to play the live crowds, fat ass plate.
I done seen Moab eat all kind of live shit, and that's cruel, man. To eat something alive. Can't you kill it and cook it? Damn, that's cruel as hell, man. But yeah, go ahead and read up to.
I was gonna say one of my clients, Moab. She said they actually eat jellyfish. I said, do y'all eat the spines too? She said, yeah, we eat the tentacles too. That's where all the spines and shit is. That's the poison tentacles and shit. It's fucking disgusting. Jellyfish. She said, yeah, it's the consistency of a gummy bear.
That's disgusting. That's fucking disgusting.
Why? Why would y'all?
See, Moab needs to be ruled over.
They gotta be ruled over.
They can't. Yeah, they gotta. Cause look, little kittens, they for pet. Right. They pets. They're not to be skinned and thrown in a pot. You don't. That's not what cats are for. Right?
Meat is meat.
Dogs. Yeah. We ain't on that meat is meat shit over here.
Hey, that nigga from Lord of the Rings, that troll.
Right.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Exactly.
God damn, man.
All the way to 15 when you kill.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 10. It says, For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet a place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not, but despised it.
So they despise the way of the Lord, and a lot of them, they got benefits down here already. All right? I don't know how many more videos you got to watch where these celebrities will tell you that in order to get fame, you got to do those embarrassing rituals. You got to do those unmanly things. You got to get on your knees and bend over so you can succeed. All right? A lot of succeeding going on. All right? You got to do those acts, those shameful acts on video. All right? In order for you to get them $300 million movie deals and shit like that, man. All right? You're not going to get over on just your raw talent. You got to do something extra. All right? And you got people that made it and walked away from that life that are telling you this now. All right? Eddie Griffin is one of them. And he's a very talented actor and a comedian. And he could have been, but you know, Eddie wasn't willing to compromise his manhood. And there was a few other men that was just like him. I even heard Snoop say that he wasn't willing to put on no dress. You know, he's about money that he missed out on because he wouldn't put on a dress.
He gave him his son.
Damn.
You can have my son.
Wow.
He did all type of weird shit.
Well, when you see Will gave up his whole damn family.
Oh my God, man. Oh my gosh.
The one that's normal don't want to be around their ass.
Shit to do with him.
You don't see that nigga in none of the family pictures. The same with the Wade family. The one normal son, that nigga took his ass to Africa to play basketball. You niggas need to get away from me as fast as possible, bro, because y'all are weird, bro.
These niggas are crazy.
Right. Love their ass from a distance.
Right.
Yeah, phone call. Yeah, happy birthday, Mom.
Continuing on. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 12. The same must know it after death by pain.
There it is, man. Death by pain. That's what's coming to you, man.
I got one.
You ignore the prophets, you ignore this message. Death by pain is going to come to you, man. All right? Bring it up. He's been holding something for a while, brother. Get it done.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, and verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire,
Unbelievable.
and with his
And I
chariots
heard all
like
the
a whirlwind,
attitude from way over there.
to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with
Lock it,
flames
brother.
of
Read it
fire.
again.
Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, and verse 15. But behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
So the Lord got a thing with fire, man. He gonna use fire a lot, man, because fire is the ultimate cleansing agent. So he's got to clean this place up, man, and he's gonna use fire to do it.
For by fire and by a sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. And that word plead goes into the word judge. And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
And the ultimate sword today is those ICBM, arrows that fly from one end of the earth to the other. And now you can see all the nations aligning itself against Babylon and the gutter rats. And we've said it many a times, it's getting ready to be the gutter rats in Babylon against the whole world, man.
The whole world, that's right.
The whole world is coming against them.
That's right.
And that's exactly what's about to happen. And he can't have that.
Read.
Go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, starting at verse 1. For great are thy judgments, and cannot be expressed. Therefore, unnurtured souls have erred. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being set up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness, and fettered with the bonds of long night, lay their exile from the eternal providence. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. Right? That's the point, right? Hey, the Lord gonna bring your worst fears to life.
That's what the concept of the story of Stephen King's It. All the people that were tormented in it were tormented by the things that actually made them afraid. So, some people have a horrific fear of spiders. That's probably going to be how you die.
I fucking hate spiders.
All right? Some people have fear of rats, or snakes, whatever it is. All right? What was the character Indiana Jones?
Oh,
it was Snake. This dude would do all kind of shit, risk his life, but then snakes he would get petrified.
Right.
Right. It's like, really, nigga?
That movie, I forget which Batman it is, but it's the character Scarecrow, right? Whatever you scared of, he had this, right, hallucinating the fear toxin, and whatever you was afraid of, it came to life, so you thought,
Right, so you hallucinate your worst fear.
That
right?
comes from
some people's fear of being beaten down. Some people's fear of being raped. All right. So whatever your fear is, or in some cases, whatever your device is.
Exactly.
We always talk about how these women jump from man to man. They're on his pole today, on another dude's pole tomorrow, and when these lights go out, they're gonna get a whole lot of poles. But this time, they ain't gonna get to pick and choose, right? They gonna be unwilling to still participate, right? You're gonna be an unwilling participant in this here, you know, exchange.
The dude from 300, he said, "This will not be over quickly.
You will not enjoy it.
You will not enjoy this, and I am not your king." That's what y'all bros gonna go through, man.
Yeah. And right. And the lose gonna be the one more guy's children. Right? That's gonna be the lose. Man, you're gonna be like, oh, you so wait, yeah, because 5 dudes just busted you. It's gonna get real graphic and nasty, man. You best believe it. Go ahead.
It was Proverbs 3:25.
And I don't feel sorry for you already.
That's right.
All right? Shit, I'm gonna open it.
That's just not my problem.
Go ahead. Proverbs 3:25. Hey, 'cause we about to see a lot of shit, man. We're gonna see evil angels, death, whatever. And you got to keep it moving, man. You got to keep your wits about you. It says, "Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken."
There it is, man. You should keep thy foot from being taken. Why? Because the spirit of second Esdras is upon the earth, man. That's right. All right? Destruction is upon the earth. Can we get that fire now? Read about that fire.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 49 in the NLT. This is Luke 12, 49 in the NLT. I have come to set the world on fire, and I wish it were already burning.
There it is, man. Bring out that scripture. I mean that article.
This is
This is going on right now, by the way.
Yep. This is from theguardian.com. And it was published on Thursday, September 12, 2024. It says Los Angeles hit by double whammy of wildfires and earthquake. Residents rattled by a 4.7 magnitude quake while firefighters work to put out blazes east of the city. Millions of residents in Los Angeles area were rattled by a 4.7 magnitude earthquake that hit early on Thursday morning. It came as the region continues to battle multiple wildfires that have yet to be brought under control. And the elder said it earlier. It's 3 wildfires going on that's destroying 5 counties, man. Imagine how big those fires have to be.
We're talking about fires that are big as Chicago.
Exactly. Right.
So you got to think about it. Imagine a fire that's burning as big as this damn city. You start driving from Indianapolis Boulevard, right? You know, trying to drive all the way up to Howard,
Right.
to Dewey Road, and it's a fire the whole time.
Right.
All right? Thousands upon thousands of acres of land just burning, man.
It's like plumes of smoke everywhere. That's some scary shit, man. Like that's really fucking horrifying to be in the midst of it.
Yeah, because ain't no escape.
Ain't no escape, man. You can't
big as
breathe.
Chicago, you can't get out of it.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's reaching tall. It's tall as fuck. Flames just ablaze, bro. That's some scary shit.
I'll jump down a little bit in this article. It says California is only now heading into the teeth of wildfire season, but already has seen nearly 3 times as much acreage burned than during all of 2023.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Hey, the Lord is really, man, this really could be, the Lord is really turned up, man.
Right.
All right? Which is also why I believe so wholeheartedly that they can ready to do some shit. They have no choice because all the BRICS countries, they so far ahead, they got gold and silver backed currency, and their digital currency is live. So America has to play catch up. All right? So in order to get everybody off this dollar, they got to do something to it. So they're already telling you that, you know, we've been warning about the activations of all however many millions of people that's here already. All right? They're warning of T attacks. They're warning of T attacks on the internet. They're warning of pestilence, right? Because they already got another Band-Aid ready. All right. Then you got World War III and the Civil War. It's all of that shit's on the table, man. Right? It's basically America's a game of Jenga. right? And everybody drunk this plane. That's America, man. And so, so you're just one pull away from some chain reaction shit. Yeah. And we've all had something time when stuff starts falling, it's just so, if you trying to use your hands to catch shit, you just can't stop it, man.
I just seen a video Elder on TikTok. It was in his factory. They all had like these cans stacked up. It was nothing but like aluminum cans there, like you got in like a pop factory or some shit like that. One of them failed. One pallet of the cans failed. They hit another one, then they hit everything over here. And it was like hundreds of thousands of cans on the ground. Wow. It wasn't shit they could do about it. The person was right there. He seen the shit falling. He took off and said, nope. He got the fuck up out of that, and it's just like a mountain of cans just rolling down the aisle in the factory.
Damn. See, anybody, so whoever got caught up, they was done.
Didn't they have to restack those too? If I remember right.
Shoot. God might have quit right there on the spot.
For real.
I definitely was.
You know what? I'm already nation.
I ain't fucking
You know? Right, your alma.
Y'all got it. I gotta fix something.
Bring it out, brother.
This is the book of 2 Esdras 16:1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. And woe means destruction. Gird up your sails with cloths of sack and hair, and bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. It says, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? And what, right, how about you, y'all? That's the one that's bringing all these plagues, man. And before the actual missiles hit, this place is going to be all out hell and chaos on this land of Europe, and different parts of the world. It says, verse 6, may any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may any one quench the fire and stubble when it has begun to burn. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? Right, so ultimately when these plagues begin to be sent forth, man, nobody can turn them away, man. Once you're out, delivers this destruction, what? It's going to do, basically do the things that it's set out to do.
Yeah,
Similar to
finish, man.
Go ahead. The same things that happened in ancient Egypt when the Lord sent those plagues. You know what I mean? To separate them and let them know this is what's going to happen. We're in modern day spiritual Egypt, and those plagues are going to happen again. But this time it's not going to be it's going to be all over for Esau. There's nothing he's going to be able to do. Just like he destroyed Pharaoh's army then, he's going to destroy Esau Edom ass this time around with that thermonuclear fire, those ICBM missiles along those chariots. But the fire has to get started, and that's what you're seeing now. The Lord starting those fires. He's building up for this grand finale, and there's no turning it back.
It says, 2 Esdras 16:9, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? It says, he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? That's why the scriptures say, the Lord is coming with fire and with his chariots, to basically deliver that judgment. It says, verse 11 says, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to the powder at his presence. Because ultimately, the ones that's going to make it off the soils of America is the elect, man. Everybody else is going to die.
That's right. That's absolutely right, man. If you're not of the elect, you're going to get that death by pain, man.
I'm going to jump down.
In Revelation 14:17, it says that another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven. We got a lot of death angels, man, waiting to do their job. It says, which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. And the angel thrust in the sickle into the earth, and cast it, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High.
There it is, man. A wine press, and if you understand how wine is made, it's very violent, especially if you're a grape. Right. It's very violent, especially if you're a grape. So the Lord is actually comparing you to a grape in a wine press. Right, and there's 2 times in the Bible where he does that. Trampling. Right, he talks about trampling of stomping the wine press, man. Bring it out.
It's Revelation 14 and 20.
He didn't read 20. Go ahead.
It says, and the winepress was trodden without the city, and the blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse's bridle, by the space of 1,604 logs. That's pretty much to estimate over 3,000 football fields to the size of a 7-foot tall horse. That's how much blood is going to be out there.
Bridle, for anyone who doesn't know, is that thing that's in the horse's mouth that you use when you control the reins. Right? It's like a bit in their mouth. All right, so that's and the blood, right? Because a horse, when it's standing up, its mouth is about right here on the average horse. Right. You know, the mouth is about right there, and that's pretty tall. That's an ancient. You know, so we're talking about ancient horses. But then you're right, everything was bigger in the ancient world, man. So people, animals, everything was bigger. Man, because you know the grizzly bear, a polar bear is about 9 foot tall, 2,000 pounds. So, you know, they probably were about, 13, 14 foot tall. Oh, man. Yeah. You talking about this fucking tree. Fucking killing machine. Right? Yeah. You know? And they smart. You know, they're not all white out. They know that you can see their nose. You see a black dot coming at you, you know, you should probably skedaddle. But what the polar bear would do is they'll push a block of ice and walk right up on you. Right. Because they'll hide their nose with the block of ice. And their fur, they blend it in, especially if it's windy and a little snowy. And next thing you know, the trees stand up. Oh shit! And you lunch.
So you can't run, remember?
Yeah. Right. Then he gonna come back and eat your friends later. Right? Go ahead, bro.
Just real quick, like in the second Ezra 6, I'm gonna get to the point, verse 16 and 17. It says, Woe is me who will deliver me in those days, right? Because ultimately what Ezra had received the vision, how bad it's going to be, in this modern times, man. Which also proves reincarnation. It says, verse 18, it says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? That's why Daniel the 12th chapter says, it's going to be a time like never before. It's going to be a very, very bad time.
And we're the only people that's actually looking forward to this. We're actually excited about this. I can't wait for it to happen. Right. I hope the lights go out tonight and never come back on. Let this shit happen, man. Right? Let Babylon fall, man, so we get the hell out of here.
This is the same thing that's happening right now in modern day Egypt. This right here is how ancient Egypt fell. And it says economical and political unrest also led to the weakening of the ancient Egyptian empire. There were huge inequalities in the distribution of wealth among the elites and the rest of the population.
That's exactly what's going on now. It's a class war.
Yeah, because now you just have basically what they're making is basically the super wealthy and the working poor. That's right. Because people that were middle class are becoming the working poor now. Exactly. And the poor and the very poor people are just getting ready to all be homeless. I mean, it's done. This place is finished, man. Once they killed the middle class, it's done. There ain't no coming back for it. Because I'll tell you, this place will not survive another pandemic. It will not a scandemic, all right? So when they release whatever they're going to release again, all right, and then they try to force the new Band-Aid, America's not going to survive it, all right? Simple as that.
It says, many people began to distrust the government and religious authority. The continuous wars created huge expenses and weakened the economic power of the pharaoh.
You know what? That's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. People don't trust the government. They don't trust the news. They caught lying every day. Your president just said, I see the video, how they don't have any active troops in any combat zone, while the troops were recording it and then turned the camera on themselves. They were in the combat zone.
Right.
So I mean,
since when has America not in an active war.
Exactly.
This is the hammer of the earth, man. 250 years.
Matter of fact, we're going to finish with that. How does the hammer of the earth bring it? That's the last scripture we read.
Yes, sir. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 11.
I got it right here,
Jeremiah 50 and 23.
Yeah, I thought it was Jeremiah.
Good. It's all good. It's the book of Jeremiah. Matter of fact, 53, right? Yep, 50 and 23. Start at 22. A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken?
Right, so Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has been the hammer of the whole earth, and now he's broken. He's cut asunder, man. It's over for him. Right? Hey, so with that, man, we're going to give all praises, all honor and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadosh.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Above the ball.
Above the ball.